with anyone else. And yeah, I have good chats with Deji and everything's great, but I can't compare our connection. It's completely different. Like the vibe I get with you, no, I don't feel with anybody else. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, and welcome again to another episode of Dark Arts. I'm just loving Love Island because it's providing so much dark arts material for us. For those of you who don't know, Dark Arts is all about making sure that we help you guys navigate the dating arena and all its pitfalls to avoid the manipulation, the exertion of power and influence and control over you during dating. Listen, this particular scene, I said the biggest mistake women like Indiyah make with a men like Dami is to give them another chance. It's to allow themselves to be reachable, okay, and to lie to themselves that what he did was very little. It's to minimalize his particular behavior. If you want to hear more about why I say these things and why it's important to understand those particular aspects I mentioned in terms of dating, then follow this particular video. Make sure you do me a massive favor, though. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. And for those of you who are also returnees, make sure as well you enjoy this video and share it with somebody new as well. You know, because everyone must learn and enjoy, okay? And don't forget, click on the bell button so you can get receiving notifications from ourselves as well. All right, cool. Let's get into this video. I don't waste much time, okay? Number one, I want to first put this as a caveat. Indiyah is stuck on an island. Okay, there is no escape. Okay, all right. Indiyah is stuck on an island. There is no escape for her. She's pretty much having to deal with these particular aspects because there is nowhere else to go. Right. So to be fair to her, it's hard to kind of leave Dami alone because she's stuck on an island. Right. And there's nowhere else to go. So out of sight, out of mind doesn't really exist when you're on an island. Okay. Number two, I would say this: guarding your heart and setting expectations was key. The situation between Dami and Indiyah was problematic because, like most relationships, it's a gray area, right? We're not defining what we are. That's what the boys took advantage of. Basically, the boys did, I didn't even realize that the boys took advantage of the gray area. We're not together, okay, but we're together. But we're not we're not in a relationship, but we're in a relationship. We're not a couple, but we're a couple. So all of these things were called what we call gray areas. And unfortunately, because it's not defined and expectations have not been set, people play around. Okay. And now your heart is involved, yet you didn't set expectations, and now you're getting played. Okay. Now, what Dami did on the other island, okay, was a madness, but he didn't tell Indiyah the absolute truth. Okay. All right. So, but she found out that he kissed more than once. So she found, and this is another thing as well. She found out she kissed once. That was okay. Then she found out later again that he kissed several times. At that point, you have to understand that the person not being true with you doesn't need your space, doesn't need your breath, doesn't need your time, doesn't need your energy, doesn't need you. Okay, because you can't. And I said this when I learned this some years back. I understood what women meant when they said, "If you cheat, just don't lie to me." And the reason why is because the lie changes and distorts reality forever. Whenever you speak now, I have to think you could lie. Whereas if somebody cheats and then tells you, "Look, I did cheat. I'm sorry, I did X, Y, and Z." And now you can trust their word because even though they did a dirty thing to you, even though they cheated on you, they've told you the truth and you can trust that. When people lie and then doubly lie, problematic. And you have to think as well, if this is going to be a long-term relationship, right? This is going to be a problem in future. You've ignored a red flag that's so obvious in the very beginning. If in the end you realize he is a playboy or he moves mad or he does a very similar thing again later on down the line, you've got no one else to blame but yourself. You committed treason when you decided to ignore the red flag. You committed treason. Indiyah has committed treason against herself. I love Indiyah. I like Indiyah. I actually like Dami too. I think they're amazing together, and it's lovely to see them on the screen on the island. But I'm talking about in general, just relationship aspects. If this doesn't end well for Indiyah, the risk that she's taking, because it's a risk, the risk that she's taken has not paid off. And what she needs to learn is you never give them that second chance when you weren't even together and already they were doing madness. Right? Okay. All right. So, and with Indiyah too, she had Deji to buffer her in the move. And why am I mentioning this? Because let's say it was real life. In real life, she could have spent more time with Deji, and actually that would have been a buffer in terms of not getting too attached to Dami and allowing herself to kind of maneuver a little bit more slowly. The difficulty with this also is, and it's easy to say, maybe if she had a better option, she would have not been so attached to Dami. But the truth is, we're seeing some of the other girls who have more than one option, and yet they're still going back to their ex-boyfriends. Also back to the ex-guys who did madness on Casa Amor. Have you noticed? People have got options and still doing the same thing. It's not about option. It is about option, but it's not about options. In reality, it's about feelings and how feelings can keep you locked into a particular place when you need to make a rational decision, right? Okay. And so this is a key learning point. Some of you are Indiyah in real life. Okay. This is a key learning point. If you don't keep him out of reach, someone like me who's done wrong, if you don't keep him out of reach, he will certainly reach you. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? If you don't keep him out of reach, he's going to reach you in it. But yeah, if you don't keep him out of reach, he's going to reach you. Okay. And keeping him out of reach means if you have to block him, that's block him. If you means don't pick up his calls, pick up his calls. If it means, you know what, I don't want to go to the same places he's at right now, I won't go to. Right? If it can be avoided, it'll be avoided. If that means I have to ignore him, I have to air him, I have to say, listen, unless it's professional, I don't want to talk to you, and I have to shut down conversation when it's not professional, then my friend, do what you got to do. Because if you don't, he will reach you. Right? And you have to understand here that because of your feelings, that's how I can manipulate you. Or someone might say how I can reach you. All right. The feelings is the area of manipulation, because once I start invoking and once I start pricking and once I start kind of tempting out those feelings that you once had for me, it's easy to bring you to my side because your feelings will make you feel like you should be with me. Your feelings are remembering of the happiness and the joy and the good times you had with me. You want to come with me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into the feelings. I'm going to tap into my words. You heard Dami. Let's listen to it. You heard Dami. Listen to what he said.
Very correct.
Well, I didn't actually show anything about words there. Apologies. But on that scene, he was mentioning words earlier on. I apologize. I probably should have done that a bit earlier. But he was mentioning words, right? He was talking to her about how he felt, how she was number one, and how she was the only one that he was going to pick, and da-da-da-da-da. And he's saying things that are speaking into the feelings. And as the feelings are coming from as the feelings are being invoked from the girl, she's remembering again. She's having an experience all over again. And as the experience is attached to emotions, the emotions are coming back again. And now she's being drawn out. But you don't have that experience if you don't have the conversation, right? So Indiyah's giving him a chance, even though he's lied. If somebody lies to you so early on, I'm going to tell you the truth. Leave him alone. Yeah? If they're lying to you that early, leave them alone. There? Do not go back. Do not give them a second chance. They lie from the beginning, leave them alone. They're going to continue lying, and when you get into a further relationship, they're going to lie some more. Okay? Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you guys.